idol, keeping you in check, keeping you obsessed. Play me on repeat, cootie in your head. Anytime it hurts, play another verse. I can be a sanctuary. Hey everyone, Hezu here. My friends and I did a little watch party on this movie and we all loved it so much, we just had to purchase tickets to see it in theaters a second time. You know, when they had that limited 1 weekend only run a while back. Netflix, it should have been in theaters longer. We are so glad we saw it on the big screen. It's way better than watching it on computer. The sound and visuals retain way better quality. Anywho, this movie's title cuts right to the chase. K-pop demon hunters. Pop singers that also hunt demons. When I heard about this movie, I thought it was absurd, you know, in a silly way, but not really something that would appeal to me because I didn't really see the point in mashing these two things together. But then trailer 2 came out revealing the demons they fight decide to form their own boy band to fight back. And then it all made sense to me. Oh my god, I had to see this movie. The trailer told me enough to hook me on the story, but it didn't spoil things, and I appreciate that so much. Something they kept well hidden from any of the trailers, an example would be Rumi, the leader of the Huntrix band, being half demon, as well as her blossoming relationship with the head of the opposing demon boy band, Jinu. Rumi's mother was a demon hunter and pop star before her. When she passed away, her fellow band member Celine raised her daughter. Unfortunately, Rumi grew up with a woman who hated demons, who hated half of her and insisted she hide it, insisted she suppress it. The burden and pressure put on Rumi causes her to become isolated from her friends, affects her confidence, which in turn affects her demon marks and therefore her voice, since demon marks grow with a person's shame. Zoe is a daughter of divorce, stuck between her mother in Korea and her father in the USA. I had to rewatch that montage a few times to understand her story of disbelonging, on top of being severely bullied in school because, you know, she's different. She's also easily distracted, overtly trusting, says the wrong things often, owns hundreds of notebooks filled with lyrics and sketches. She's undiagnosed ADHD, but we're pretty sure. I appreciate that she's her own character with her own struggles and not just the dumb third wheel of the group. Mira is one of my favorites. She's blunt, she's punk, she's tough, but she's also still very much feminine. She dresses in cute teddy bear shirts, wears skirts, ponytail hair, makeup. I love it. I like that she's a black sheep outcast of her family. Rumi implies Mira has insecurities and she gets defensive and aggressive when she notices someone is lying to her. And despite loving her own bold personality, she still feels the shame it brings her when rejected by those that were meant to love her. Bobby, their manager, he's just great. Fantastic, supportive guy who deserved that vacation, Rumi. How dare you take that from him? At some point in the film, they imply he'll betray the girls for the Saja boys, but they fake out the audience. Bobby was loyal to the very end, and he's fantastic for that. I have a feeling the K-pop industry and its managers are nothing like this, but look, this movie's fun, okay? Let me have fun. Speaking of the Saja boys, Jinu had the most development. Actually, in fact, he's the only one with a complex personality and backstory at all. The other boys are total cardboard cutouts. Jinu protects Rumi's secret, even if he didn't need to. He invited Rumi out on dates to get to know her better, even if the initial intention was for blackmailing purposes. You know, he lied to Rumi. He claimed he sold his soul so he and his family could escape poverty, but the truth is, he only did it for himself. And he abandoned his sister and mother. Gima holds that shame over his head, and it pains him so much he wants those memories erased of them. Rumi insists she still sees the good in him despite it all, and he sacrifices himself to protect her, freeing his soul and becoming her sword. As for the other boys, they are so uninteresting. Their names literally represent flat archetypes: Abby, Baby, Mystery, and Romance. Based off their debuts, it's implied they too were once humans that sold their souls to Gima, but that's it. We don't get any further information about these guys, and in the end, they're just slaughtered, like lowly demons anyway. I get it. They're not important, and they murdered hundreds of people, but I sort of wish we got a bit more to them. I mean, unless these guys don't have much to them because they deleted their memories long before Genu could. Regardless, it would have been fun if this movie was a TV series and had time to explore some deeper backstory with demons. Just feels weird to me that Genu is the only demon with a conscience in this film. Celine, Rumi's stepmom, or aunt, is often shown in backstory, teaching Rumi to hide her marks and isolate herself, and knighting Huntrix as the new demon hunters of the generation. She's often seen by this tree with ribbons tied to it. I'm uncertain why this is a location she's positioned at so consistently. It seems weird she wouldn't be watching Huntrix like a hawk, going to all their shows and making sure Rumi stays in line. I mean, Celine seems to be the obsessive type, so it's just weird to me that Rumi would be the one to confront her near the end of the film. What's even stranger is we never see Celine again after this. Celine doesn't run after Rumi, she doesn't try to help sing with them to strengthen the Honmun, or contact Bobby to keep tabs on them. She doesn't check in on the Huntrix when they create the new Honmun. No after credits scene, no nothing. I know we're getting a sequel to this film, and thank goodness, because, well, Celine is a loose end I really want wrapped up. The comic relief cutesy animal friend wasn't overdone. It wasn't a corporate cash grab. That's a win for us. It was a tiger with a menacing aura, but with the demeanor of a polite, curious, quiet cat. And when Jeter revealed he gave the tiger a smaller matching hat, but the random three-eyed demon bird stole it and refuses to give it back, funniest part in the movie for me. If I haven't mentioned before, extremely funny movie. I love the facial expressions, the fandom culture, the absolute weird Korean show vibes. It's great. Sony is truly top of the industry right now when it comes to stylized 3D animated media. Gorgeous visuals, fantastic choreography. I appreciate such an original, absurd idea coming to life. I love the music. Everyone does. Literally everyone does. This movie is quite frankly breaking records left and right. I feel like the lyrics for the songs were pretty good. I mean, I'm no musician by any means, so just take what I say as a grain of salt. But personally, I don't always like rap because it's often poorly done in my opinion. A lot of rap doesn't rhyme. The flow is off. It's always either talking about sex, money, or fame. Thankfully, the rap for K-pop Demon Hunters is pretty good. It didn't take me out of the film at all. It's really great. I will say this movie is rushed though. Not enough to bring you out of the movie entirely, but it can be difficult to keep up with what is happening. Lots of montages, lots of time cuts, just entire months pass by within minutes, which is a lot, but not my biggest issue with the film. Unfortunately, this movie, like most animated movies, needs to have their dumb third quarter breakup. You guys know, I hate this trope. The thing is, it was indeed set up in this film. We could see it coming from a mile away. It wasn't out of nowhere. But the only thing that really bothers me about it is the fact that her friends, who have known her for several years, lift up their weapons like they're considering killing her for being a demon, which is fucked up. And they don't talk about it. They just sing and hug at the end. I personally would be uncomfortable on either side of this equation until I got context and talked things out with them. There is a scene at the bathhouse where Zoe is like, Rumi, I'm so glad you didn't die. You just mean so much to me. But I think she's referring to Gima's laser beam and not their threat against her life they did earlier, which is why my point still stands. Huntrix's rushed makeup as well as Celine's unexplained absence from the story are only but a few loose ends to this movie. I have a whole list of questions that are unanswered. Why couldn't Rumi hear Gima for most of her life? How did Rumi's mother die? Who was her demon father? What happened to the unnamed third member of the Sunlight Sisters? Why is Celine always standing at that tree? How does one become a demon hunter? Can only demon hunters see demons? Why does Rumi's voice alone have the most effect on the Honmun barrier? If Gina Inu is now Rumi's sword. Can he speak to her still? Is this a soul eater situation? They will absolutely have time to explore all this now that they've been backed with sequels, which is lucky because this all would have gone unanswered otherwise. But all these questions really show I'm truly fascinated with this world and I'm excited to see where they build it. So bravo, guys. You've earned this popularity, and please, for the love of God, I hope your world-breaking records absolutely destroy this shitty industry and create a revolution of animated media. Please and thank you. Keep up the good work. Unless Sony is holding you hostage to complete this film's sequels like they're doing with the Spider-Verse, in that case, run. Run and don't look back. Thanks to my patrons for supporting the making of this video. I initially was going to release the Owl House review, but I am still not done with that yet. I need to finish up season 2 and 3, and then finally, once I have my notes all gathered, I can actually sit down and write a review. I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks to visit my grandma, so that's why I had to throw this one out into the wild for a little something. Oh, I also haven't done an art show in a while. For some odd reason, my social medias are not alerting me when I get tagged in something, so apologies. This is several years late, but I'm just going to go ahead and showcase all the art that I have received thus far. Fan art, thank you guys so much. These are all really cute, very sweet of you. Amazing work. Keep it up. Great artists, all of you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.